Hello guys and welcome to Laravel 7 tutorial. So guys, today we are going to discuss about how can we update our records and how can we read our records using Tinker. So let's start without wasting any time. Let me show you my records. I have 3 records and let's move to git bash and I will access my folder, basically project folder cdc XAMPP htdocs/gallery. That's it. You will have to tell your respective directory and folder. Okay, now I will write php artisan tinker to access the tinker. Okay, so we are in our tinker environment. So let's see how can we read all the records with tinker. Okay, what I will do is I will make a variable $all is equals to app post all. That's it. Okay, now we have all the posts. Basically I have 3 posts in total: post id 3, post id 4 and post id 5. You can match your records with the database, for example column name, etc. Okay, basically column values. Okay, now let's see how can we get a specific record. Let's say $find is equals to app post find specific id, let's say 5. Okay, so this is how we get a specific row. In this case we are fetching row where id is 5. Let's match it. Okay, new tinker post, new tinker description, and here you can see. Okay, now let's apply a where clause or where method to this specific method. Basically to get a row, find app post where id is 5, let's say. Okay, and now with the where method I have to chain another method and the name is basically first, or you can also say get, but we use first when we want only one record, and we use get if there are multiple. For example, you are applying a clause and for example let's say where is active is equals to 0. Now it will have 2 records, so what you have to do to get all the basically all 2 records, what you will have to do is to replace this first with the get method. Basically first is going to give you only one record. Okay, now let's see where id is 5. Okay, so we have a record. Okay, now let's say how can we apply constraints to find a record. Let's see, $find is equals to app. You can try it on your own as well. Just pause the video and try it. Post where let me show you with another method, and the name is, let's say we don't want to apply id here and we just want to pass the id. What we can do is use another method and the name is where id is 5, and I will chain a method basically applying a constraint with where id is equals to this, and let's say where is underscore active is equals to and get first record. Chaining methods, as you can see, we can chain as long as we can until our condition meets. Okay, so let's just replace this is active with the value 1. So I want you to take a guess what it is going to return. Just take a guess, pause a video. I know what it is going to return, but just guess it, that what do you think it is going to return. In this case it is going to return null because we are applying where id is 5. This condition is true. Okay, it is getting the record, but when we apply a constraint with where is active is equals to 1, this condition is mismatching because we have the value for is active is 0. Basically the value of is active is 0, so it is not going to return. It is working like an AND, like this should be true and this should be true, then only it is going to return some data. It is not working on OR. So I hope you guys know how AND works. Basically both of the conditions should match or should be true, like this one is true and here this one is going to be false. That is why it is not going to return any sort of data. Let's just change our condition a bit. Let's say 0 and you can see the record. Okay, so this was the reason we were not getting the records. Okay, now let's see how can we update our records, because this is enough to get the data. We have seen how can we get all the records, how to find a specific record once again, and how can we apply clauses, basically multiple and method chaining. Now let's see how can we update. $update is equals to app post find. First we have to find the record. Let's say we want to update 5. Get the okay, so we have record number 5 in our update variable. Let me just show you. I will just write update and hit enter, and as you can see we have the record in this update variable. Now what we can do is just update it simply. Let's say $update and post name should be, because it is an object now and we can access its property like an object property, just like here, equals to, and the value should be, let's say, okay, updated post and enter. Now this value is saved, not in the database but in our Tinker environment. As you can see, what we have to do is to apply the update method, basically save method on this update variable. Update save, that's it. Okay, so now you can see our record is updated. Now let me show you another way to from which we can update our record. Basically let's try another one. Let me show you that our record is updated. Basically fifth record, updated post. You can see the post is basically updated. Now let's see another method. Similarly you can do this for all the columns. I just did it with one column, like I just changed the post name of this specific post where ID is 5. You can do whatever you like. For example, just write like this and replace this post name with description and is active and change its value and just hit enter. And after you have changed all the columns, what you can do is hit the update and save method basically on the update variable. That's it. Now let's see another update method. This time we are going to update our fourth record, let's say, or we will just update 5. Okay, it's not an issue. Let's say $new is equals to app post, but first I want you to try this on your own. Just try another method that we have seen in our previous video. Just try it, where let's say find, because find is a simple method. Let's find 5 and I will chain a method update and post name should be updated. That's it. And description should be, let's say, updated let's say DES. Okay, now is active. Okay, the value of is active should be, let's see what we have right now, 0. Let's say should be 1 now. Okay, array close, method round bracket close, semicolon, hit enter, and let's see, and it is returning it true. Let's refresh our PHP admin, and you can see we have successfully updated our record. So this is how you can update record and read data. Basically, we have seen today how can we read our data, find a specific post, and how can we apply multiple clauses, and how can we update or record using Tinker. So that was it from this video. In the next video we are going to see how can we delete and force delete a record. You can try it on your own as well. Now you have all the basics for the Tinker. So I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you. Take care.